Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Dallas Cowboys. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wild card game. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Faking the give, Darnold. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's a give to Fournette. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
There you go, 368.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one goes for 36 yards. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what'll happen? They'll flat out take over this game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
44. Get ready for 57 over there.
Penny, a first down carry. Down to about the 22 here. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
On second down, here's Penny, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Dalton operating in the red zone now. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. They'll try and run forward with Penny. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They come up in an offset eye. He's going to get it running right. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Rashad Penny taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a very good return, but a penalty marker is down. I'm not sure what this is going to be. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
All right, now look at 56. Look at.
A first down throw, Darnold. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2 on 2. Move. Side.
It's second down. Dalton looking. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Passing, it's Dalton. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Side.
Second down, Dalton. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards on the play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here you go, 368.
Looking to throw on second down. Dalton. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. In for the score. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. On second down, Darnold is going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. On 1st down, Darnold. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit. He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's a give to Penny. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
On the ball! On the ball! Hey, get ready for something coming left.
Dalton. Trying to improvise. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Caught by Nelson left side. A good pickup there at 22. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Jumps it off to Fournette. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Gone!
Throwing again is Darnold. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. To the air again, Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. This Cowboy defense trying to hold them out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal.
No. Check. Patriot.
They come up in an offset eye. Here's Fournette, and he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. To throw on 2nd down, Dalton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Nelson. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and sneak it here. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. Here's Darnold. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Troy Nicholas there to make the grab. And the Panthers have got it back to a one-score game. Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And this one complete to Smith. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Andy Dalton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
368!
Third down from the gun, Dalton. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
368! High. 368!
Dalton, first and 10, going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we now proceed to the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for the Panthers. 58 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
13 yards down to the 13.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Darnold now on second down. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And his kick is indeed good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They keep it with Penny on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And now to the air, Dalton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Andy Dalton now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's first and 10. They go back to the ground now with Penny. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Again, it's Penny. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Hey, get ready for something coming left.
A handoff to Penny. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
368.
To Dalton now. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. From the end zone, here's Darnold. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Here's Darnold. And that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail this time. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. On 1st and 10, Darnold. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He's going to let this one go deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, look at that, Chuck. A rookie picked the rookie on that play.
How about that? Is that rookie-on-rookie crime? But you know what happens, too. If you're a rookie defender, you tend to adjust to the game a little bit quicker than if you're a quarterback. Too many things still going through his mind. And on that play, the rookie defender won the battle.
Leaves it for Penny. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Good. Bang, 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 bang. Heavy.
First and 10 for Dalton. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Andy Dalton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10.
368.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on first and 10. After the penalty, it's Penny. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A gain of 3, second down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll run it again with Penny. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Tackle made by Thomas Davis. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now Rashad Penny, and he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Second down and 10, Darnold. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Derek Barnett in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Third and long, it's Darnold. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Gone! Detroit! Gone!
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
That's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of wild double reverse or anything like that.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dante Pettis from 19 yards away. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Amir Abdullah. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, 5. And he brings this one all the way back. So definitely good for the individual stats. Maybe not for our storyline, but he's in for the late score. Point after, right down the middle. And that will get him one closer. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They're in a good spot. 2-possession game, barely, but a 2-possession game here late. Now they just have to put this game on ice.
Let's face it, right now, they're talking about ball security, taking care of it, not allowing anything crazy to happen, because we've seen nutty things happen down the stretch, but they also have the security of the scoreboard. With that type of a lead, even if something goes haywire, they're still in good shape.
The Panthers are going to take another timeout, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
368!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Tackle made by Demarius Randall.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. All right, here's Dome. Dumps that off to Penny as running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
There you go. 93, 52, 93, 44, 44. There you go.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. The defensive end, Cameron Wake.